Dance Welcome on in, everyone. Thank you all for being here. I really appreciate it. Welcome on in, Subi, Ilianos, G Tarrant, Fine Point, Moonbear. Glad to have you, Sweet Beans. Welcome on in. Welcome on, Snicktaval and Kasiupa as well. Glad to have you. It is Tuesday. It is the I don't know. I feel like Tuesday is like the worst day of the week, but yeah. I mean, you got through it, so hey, that means that we got the rest of the week should be a breeze. Also, I need to okay, cool, perfect. It's doing that weird thing. Anyways, art. We're doing art. We're back to art. Me when I art. How's everyone's week been going? It is, today is like a weird, today was like, what, a single day, a single stream, without this very, the person I'm gonna reach me before it kills me is that, look how far away it is. This is, I 10 out of 10, Vinian. I love how consistent your, I love the consistency. It really killing it. It's on brand for me at this point. That's fair. That's fair. I can't, you know, that is at this point that's brand knowledge, like that's brand feature. Okay. So now, the current goal is to finish painting this thing. I might do some light shading. Welcome on in, Big Brand. Like, let me see what's up. Not a whole lot. I've just been like kind of existing today. And you know what? I suppose that is enough
Nut.
sometimes. What you said? What's up? Not what's nut. But yeah, no, we're working on this piece for Beanie Shiba. I'm looking at the face and I'm like, it's too late to change the face right now. Don't me to myself grabs me. No, don't you're not about to fucking try to change this shit. The existence is fine. Glad you're here. Yeah, it's just like I don't know. It's like one of those days where like I was very much in my own like head funk. Hey Starkey, what's up? Where's the dolphin? Wait, do I have dolphin? I have dolphin emulator open, don't I? There we go. I accidentally had dolphin emulator open, didn't I? All right. Um, I need to figure out some colors. I have like the bulk of the color handled. You know, like you're going to be using this color for the beans. Here, let me get the beans real quick. I think I'm gonna do a little bit of shading, like a little bit of shading and highlighting. Discord told on ya. The thing is, I don't even necessarily I don't use Dolphin Emulator that much anymore these days because like I have games on Steam I actually want to be playing. Um, but no, like I do still have it on this PC even though like I don't really use it. Welcome on, Tanos. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Is that a pepper? Pepper grab? Give me a shout for Tanos. But yeah, I mean, work went smoothly, I think. Like, and that's good. It does help when work goes relatively smoothly. I got in a couple of applications, but it's just like I don't know. For some reason, I've been oddly without compulsion. For I'm assuming that's supposed to be compulsion for Nintendo games. But yeah, no, just like one of those days where I'm like, I don't know. I just feeling a bit out of sorts recently. But you know, like such is the nature of life. There we go. Okay, like let's wait for the shading now that I'm like, grabs me grabs myself. Wait for the shading. Wait for the shading until I know definitively where I want to put shades. Totally unrelated, Nintendo has been breaking consoles. That doesn't surprise me. And yeah, it's one of the many reasons I will not be getting a Switch 2. I think officially, like I'm just gonna be skipping this console in the same way that I skipped the Wii U. This is some leftover songs from yesterday. This is fucking Oceano's Revenge from Beyond the Veil. If you buy used games, you get bricked. Yeah, fuck Nintendo. They're not allowed to break consoles over here. Is still say pass. So to be fair, I probably could have told you off the bat that this was Ilianos. Like this is very much Ilianos' fault always. Okay, so it's his right. So I need to watch this movie at some point. But no, like it is very ridiculous to me, to be honest, that like Nintendo can just get away with that. What am I being blamed for? No, I'm not blaming. No one's blaming. I'm the prude. I mean, listen. I am dubious because I was lurking in lurking in a certain raccoon stream on August 8th, and I saw many a thing in that stream on that particular day. I'm of course, I am joking. No kink shaming allowed in this stream, unless kink shaming is your kink. In which case, we still won't kink shame you because that would be weird. Listen, I respect. It's one of those where it's like, listen, Zet knows what he likes, and if you like it too, that's great. Apparently, like, I'm never gonna beat the Vor allegations, unfortunately, because goo apparently just means if you like goo, you're also into Vor. I gave a lot of people mental whiplash. It's just like, it's one of those things where it's like you never expect, like, it's always the ones you least expect that end up doing it to you. Like, it's because, like, I don't know. I don't necessarily know, like, why, like, it's surprising for you to be into Vor. Not that it's like, I guess it's just like, it's one of those, like, it catches you off guard things. It's like there are a couple of streamers that are like very very safe, like, there's a couple of streamers that are very safe for work. I helped Zed out with the PNGs for all the PNGs for that stream, cutting them out and putting the stomach stickers. That's fair. I guess to be fair, you do know your way around what's it called? Like Photoshop, so. But no, like, there's a couple of streamers out there that, like, very much are like, yeah, on stream I'm safe for work, but they acknowledge that, like, they are, like, they do have aspects of themselves that, like, are not safe for work. They just never bring them up on stream. And then, like, I've stumbled across one of them and I'm like, huh, okay, so this is what you're into. Like, it's not even in a judgmental way. It's just like, sincerely, it's like, okay, cool. I now understand this person better. It is it's, I guess, I suppose, like, the difficulty of being terminally online. Welcome in, Swalriel. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Where, like, my dumbass is accidentally fucking outing people for I'm like, oh yeah, no, I know that they're into this kink. How? Good question. I put it like in I put like it in both of Zet's boyfriend applications, and everyone just glossed it over. That's fair. I think I remember, like, spotting the Zet piece where, like, I was like, oh, okay, that, if you're a Vor appreciator, so. I was like, is that Ilianos? the furry community gets to all of us. None of us, no one is safe from the furry community's hijinks. No matter how safe work you think you are. Also, yeah, Kasai, you're not a wholesome sweet bean. You are a sweet bean, but you're not wholesome. You're not exclusively wholesome. You are not an innocent prude. We've been over this. Being bullied, hypnosis. Not that there's anything wrong with liking being bullied or being hypnosis. You just also gotta acknowledge that is, at baseline, a kink. I modified my thirst trap comm to go from abs to flab for that. That's fair. I remember. I can't remember who you got the thirst trap comm from. But I definitely like. Don't get me wrong. I absolutely adore the art that you do get. Darky, I diagnosed you with kink. I'll be honest with you. I don't necessarily think it's odd. Like, like, it's not that it's, like, odd. I would just say it's, like, I think it's less common than people give credit for in regards to, like, how often a truly kink-free, like, how truly vanilla people actually are. I remember when Lunar Buho was like, yeah, I'm strictly vanilla. I'm not at all into, like, kink stuff. And then he was in the furry fandom for a while and started seeing art, and he was like, wait, I'm into this. And then he too was, like, kidnapped and made a victim to the kinks, like, it happens to every one of us. You're like, I would never be into this, and then like, one of your favorite artists does a fucking piece of it, and you're like, shit, I'm into this. And then, but also there are the occasionals like I'm never into this, and then you actually the artist that you like does a piece with that, and you're like I'm still not into this. Like, can you pinpoint the origin of the kink? It wasn't furry related. Okay, now I'm curious because I'm like, where does vor show up in regards to the furry, like in regards to like media that is not furry related? Because like I'm like, I feel like a lot of the times like vor ends up getting brought up it's like through like a predator prey thing, which ends up like aligning a lot with like furry media. Because I'm like, what where's the non-furry vor? I'm actually like sincerely curious about this now. I think I need to bring this down. Good question. You made me realize something horrific. And that would be? You're gonna laugh my answer, but I'll whisper it to you. Okay. I will keep it between the two of us. Let me go and check real quick. Hold up. I have too many windows open. I know that for a fact at this point. There you go. That's the one. Welcome on in Zera Crisis. Glad to have you, Sweepy. Also, welcome on Ruffles. Weber from Don't Starve is in premise a vor pick. Can you get a shout out for Zera Crisis? Weber memes are into vor. I guess the big thing is like I'm usually surprised because, like, in my mind, the stereotype for people who are into vor is that they're very, very vocal about the fact that they like vor. Huh. Okay, I will say, welcome on in, Jake. Glad to have you, Sweepy. Can we show for Jake? You literally said you were eaten by a spider and fused with said spider. That's fair. Actually, I have not seen that movie. So, that does check out, though, that, like, you know, there would just be a moment where it's like, huh. Or the moments where you're like, huh, this makes me feel odd, and then in retrospect you're like, oh, it's because it was a kink that I'm secretly like super duper into. I'm not into vor, but but it is the furry meme. That's fair. But also, you have said the phrase, "I'm not into vor," but which means it's over for you. You are officially into vor. Spiders got me like. To be fair, I don't like. I'm not afraid of spiders, but I also like try to be as respectful of people with arachnophobia as possible because I've seen like the very real like immediate panic attack people can get from that. So it needs vor when you have bondage. I mean, if you think about it, it is just like a form of bondage. It's just that instead of having rope, you're in the you know. It's like those people who are like into like the sleep sack bondage, where like their entire body is like compressed within a space. Snake vor is both. my mom, you're a man. Deal with it. Shut. But no, how are you holding up? Also, I never. Please, Jake, forgive me for being a himbo. I literally meant to raid you like the day you got I think I tried to raid you the day that you got Twitch partner, like you were doing a celebration, and then I think you wrapped up a bit early before like my stream was over, and then my dumbass forgot to raid you again for like the next month and a half. I'm so fucking stupid. Oh my god. You're fine. Okay, good. But for real though, congrats on getting that. Although, you know, at some point I'm sure like it just becomes like, you know, like it is an amazing goal to aspire to, and like as much as I joke about like the fact that I will probably never hit it, like that's, you know, If in like some unlikely turn of events I actually did manage to hit partner, it would be a great thing. You're totally fine. I appreciate the love. You're so sweet. I listen, the world needs a little more kindness. That's like always been my motto. Is like I don't necessarily care if the kindness makes a difference, but I think putting it out there alone is like enough reason to be kind. If you hit partner, we could gaslight you so hard. One of my friends who watches the stream is like, Starkey, you have to start like taking notes of like the shit that you agree to do if you ever hit partner. Because otherwise people will gaslight the fuck out of you. And I'm like, hey, listen, it's your responsibility to keep track of the stuff that I agreed to. So far, the only things I remember that if I've ever if I ever hit partner, I think like the things that I've agreed to do are like do a face reveal and do a hot tub stream. Which the hot tub stream is gonna be fucking wild to figure out. So you got some fun news? What's up?
Rats, we're rats. We're the
What's up, Chris?
rats.
Starkey has to give Swariel $100 if he hits partner, trust me.
I have not agreed to that. Listen, I'm not hot tub stream. Let's go. But yeah, I would be 100% down to do that. The hot tub stream, not the giving you $100. Well, you're gonna hot pot yourself. I'm not. There's gonna be two separate instances of water. I'm not putting myself in the boiling hot pot. Karaoke stream one partner. I mean, I could probably be convinced to do that for like, because like I did do that for like a charity event. If I really need to do a like if I need to do a charity or like if I need to do like a donathon for like when I relocate up to Canada, I will probably do like one of the incentives will probably be like a charity or like a karaoke thing. Coward, hot pot yourself, crow. That how dare you? How dare you A, call me a coward, and B, tell me to cook myself? Unlike you, I'm not into vor. Even though like many people would take umbrage with that. The curse of being into goo. The curse of being like, yes, goo is neat, and I like goo. I would just need to like, honestly, like I think if anything, the more likely thing that would happen for me to do karaoke stream is just like I might do it as like a bit reward or something. Is this, hold up. Okay, so there is kind of like a there we go. Let's try that. You are literally are into absorption for Starkey. I guess. I don't know, man. I guess to be fair that like that is, there are people who like, there are people for whom the absorption is like the peak appeal. So I can't really say that like that's not like an actual type of war. But nah. Welcome on in, Gigantic. Let me be a sweeping. Can we show for Giganta? I do love that emote. Is very wide. I'm very normal about big buff wide men. I promise I'm normal about them. How you holding up, big nerd? I probably need to figure out a little more nose detailing. Oh, whoopsies. Normal, sure. Okay, listen. I'm normal when I'm about big men when I'm on stream. I'm allowed to be a little more feral if I ever meet a big man in real life, and also he's comfortable with fooling around with me going feral, I suppose. Or how long it will take Starkey to notice the thing? Oh, that's right. Okay, so I saw the Borbify, and then my fucking brain was like, my brain was like, yes, congratulations, and then like I was like, yes. I said the congratulations, and it just literally did not leave my mouth because I'm a fucking himbo. But yeah, no, congrats, Kronos, on the Borbify. You have to send me over some visual reference, but I'll be more than happy to start up the Borb on Friday. Starkey being normal about a big man after what we heard him say about Asgore and Muktuk. Listen, most of those words were crisp, and I just agreed. Talk about how you're into Goovor. I walked into Kofu's stream last night, and they were talking about morning chai. I was like, they're talking about my... it was like they were talking about my bicep measurements. Listen, gays are feral, as like a general rule. we appreciate the male form. Starkey said nothing said about Muktuk was crisp. Listen, all I said was the things I would do to him are unspeakable. I didn't speak of what they were. Anyways. So, here, let me go ahead and paint you a picture. It's a Friday night. You're walking home all alone. Child love. No, wait. You incidentally just happen to stop on like a puddle of, you know, some kind of sticky goo. Oops. Oops, you have been consumed and then replaced by a goo version of you that's also like twice your size, buff, and technically like a werewolf. Let me introduce you to the wonderful world of goo absorption vor. It's great. You know, anything you want to be, as long as it's the, you know, the thing that the person who's absorbing you and turning you into a useful object wants you to be. Anyways. Wow, I've actually run out of things to say this fast. Goo. Good. What's all this? What's all this? Fuzzy pickles. What? Wait, that looks like it's an Ivan emote. Ivan Guvan? Okay, that's actually like adorable. I didn't realize Ivan was also a Goo fan. Here, let me... What is this? Be my honey. Because that bit there, like the section where I was like, da 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 da. I feel like I've heard that before. Send your best wishes to Ivan. They had a bad slip. No, I actually didn't hear about that. Oh shit, me. Okay, I hope he's. That's awful. I hope he's doing okay. That's one of those moments where I was like, I feel so bad that I'm finding out about this on stream. But yeah, Ivan, here's hoping that you get better soon. I'll try my best to reach out. Starkey, where the Borb drones? At this point, they're definitely deep in design hell. At least it's warm in hell. That's fair. Yeah. I mean, to be fair, I indeed did break my back. I'm gonna have to wear a brace. T7 and T5 hairline. Oh my god. Well, I'm glad that it's not like it's a permanent like change to his life, but I am glad ultimately that it's not life-threatening and it's not like debilitating. It's not more debilitating, I suppose. Because that kind of stuff can get truly terrible in regards to like the damage it does. Damn, that was a big fall. Yeah. Also, welcome on Suda. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. But no, like here's hoping that like Ivan does make a swift recovery. Poor Wuff. The poor kimono dog thing. But yeah, no, like this year's fucking brutal, man. Can I get like 20 seconds, 30 seconds without learning about some bullshit? It's like the world started deeply chaotic at the beginning of the year, and it's just not really stopped since then. You know, it's kind of weird looking back on shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog and realizing, welcome on in, Brianna. Glad I was sweeping. He bibbin. Me be when I bib. Looking back on shows like Courage the Cowardly Dog, and realizing that's someone's kink. Yes. To be fair, like every single show has like a moment like that. I guarantee it. Like every I think it's like unavoidable, to be perfectly honest. But I actually I can't think off the top of my mind anything that does show up in Courage the Cowardly Dog that would be pretty overtly a kink. Tis why Rule 34 exists. Yeah. There we go. That like those little details do add like a nice little bit of extra depth to the nose. All right. I'm not like huge fan of how this even as a kid the flan episode was weird. What was the flan episode of Courage the Cowardly Dog? I don't remember. Like that doesn't ring a bell. Starkey Freak Fred episode 100% caused kinks. By Fantasy Flan. Hold up. Hold up. I feel like there's like some ancient demon that's about to be woken when I look up this. Courage the Cowardly Dog Flan. What was King of the Flan episode of King of the Flan? The proprietor of the company named Fantasy Flan, headquartered in One Flan Drive, Flaunsville, Kansas, according to the Flan's packaging, that makes Flan uses hypnotism to attract customers, all of which become morbidly obese after eating too much. I don't remember this episode. Hold up. Hold up. I'm getting distracted real quick. It was a later episode. That's fair. General use. It gives me already the same kind of energy that I got from one of the early episodes of Totally Spies with the cookies. I okay, I might be remembering a little bit. I remember this episode. How had I fucking forgot this episode? Yeah, this was 100% many people's sexual awakenings. Don't think I've caught this one. I definitely, to be fair, of all of the things they could be selling, as I'm looking at Eustace, like flan is one of the few things they actually could reasonably be eating. God, I do miss early cartoons, like those sound effects. They played the fucking sound effect of like the rubber dodgeball hitting the ground and rolling away. I feel like I got to try for the first flan for the first time in the past year. It's fine. If you like pudding, you like flan. I'm not the huge. I I don't like the way they keep calling it flan, because it's very definitely flan. My God. Rest in peace, the VAs we lost. Wait, did we actually? I guess to be fair, we did lose a lot of VAs over like the COVID, the COVID pandemic. I don't know if we like. I wonder if the VAs for Eustace and Muriel are still alive, and like honestly, Courage for that matter. Muriel's VA passed not too long ago. I mean, listen. Now look up the Fred scene. Oh, I remember Fred. I remember Fred. That one's fucking etched into my memory. I don't necessarily understand how that's overtly a kink. I'll be honest, but also, I don't think I want to know. I do love this song. I have heard this song already. I think both Muriel and Eustace can't spell his name. The way he says naughty was What's the matter? You don't like the way he says naughty? That's very naughty of you. Thanks, I hate it.
Wretch,
What's up, Crisp?
we're the wretch.
I'm going to run over Starkey with a truck. Why not?
To be honest with you, I do deserve it after the after the naughty. But no. The funny thing is, like, I actually like I do wonder if I have a voice for ASMR. I just could not compel myself. Like I so deeply dislike the concepts behind like that underpin ASMR that like you could not convince me to give it a try. Trucky Morph does not exist, will never exist. You have no proof that he ever existed.
Spin! 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 Spin!
Trucky Morph ASMR when he gets partner. I did not. No,
Spin!
I did not promise that. I actually like. I think I so deeply dislike the idea of ASMR that like even for like a partner thing, I would you would have difficulties convincing me. Starkey not explicitly ASMR, but hypno audio is a market, I suppose. I mean, to be fair, that actually does have like an overlapping market, I'm sure. They prefer the Filipino Latin American version of flan or use sweetness milk, though I do like the airiness of the traditional flan. I'm not a huge pudding person, so like the texture of flan I've always just found kind of unappealing. Okay, I need to figure out like the bodysuit color, and I think it's gonna be like a bit of a darker gray. I may or may not have been hitting download mod for the last 10 minutes. Welcome on in, Monkey and Bosk and Casper. Glad to have you, sweet beans. Give me a show for Bosk. Bosk. Heckin' amazing sweetheart.
We're wretch, we're the
What's up, Chris?
wretch.
You don't like pudding.
Can't say I'm a
I
fan.
like pudding.
Yeah,
Pudding
that's-
teas nuts in your mouth.
I didn't even have time to respond. I didn't even have time. I didn't even say it. Like, he just like undercut any ability I had to get involved with that joke. But yeah, how you doing, Bosk? I'm assuming as good as any of us can be doing, and gestures vaguely towards the state of the world. I feel like that joke has been evergreen since like 29. That joke has been evergreen since 2016 at this point, honestly. Doing good here right now, just working on some pixel art. Oh, that's awesome. Are you working on like the next segments for For stream RPG. Micro stream RPG, that's it. My brain is a touch fried, so if I do say something that sounds stupid, it's only because I am. But yeah, no. I'm definitely excited to see what the next area is gonna look like. But also, like, you know, development does take time. God knows, I'm all too keenly aware as a Hollow Knight fan. I'm all too aware. Bring Goodbye Eri tomorrow, by the way, or rush to Freer and Manga's trade. Fair enough. You will have to probably send me a message tomorrow before I leave. But no, I will get Goodbye Eri over to you. Yes, next area. Hopefully areas. Ooh. Interesting. Of my TV. Also, read The Lightning Tree. Fuck, I need to do that at some point. But if you like Hollow Knight, you should definitely try Shadow Labyrinth. I mean, Silk Song's supposed to be this year, supposedly. Let me check Shadow Labyrinth real quick. I mean, I looked Shadow Labyrinth, and I did immediately see a thing about Pac-Man. Oh, okay, it's... Wait, Shadow Labyrinth is a 2D action platform and a genre-twisting alternate take on the iconic Pac-Man as the swordsman. That's so bizarre. I'm coming down with something and I wound up taking a 5-hour nap. Now my throat's less swollen. That's fair. I mean, I'm glad that you took the nap then. It's Pac-Man Metroidvania. Interesting. I'll be honest with you. I've only played Pac-Man a little bit. Most of the Pac-Man I played, unironically, was actually in college. When I was doing one of my, was it even an AI course? I can't remember. I don't remember if it was an AI course or if it was a, shoot. Like, I think it was an AI course, but it was also one that focused, because, like, you know, I hate so much where AI has ended up, unfortunately. Waka waka waka. It's mostly Metroidvania more than Pac-Man, but there's some Pac-Man maze segments, mostly skippable if you don't like them. That's fair. Too sick to do Wordle. Kasai is dying. But no, I definitely would give it a try. It's such a weird concept by 35 hours in and just now getting to the end. Oh my god, that is a huge game, actually. Okay. You know what? That is exactly how that was supposed to work. But it is really funny, the incidental reach it ended up having. But yeah, no, like, I... Honestly, my games, like, the games to playlist is ever expanding. And it is getting to a point where I'm like, I'm definitely not going to get to everything. Especially because it's like... I'm currently, like, deep in the process of, like, trying to relocate. So, like, I keep being like, I want to do this project and that project, and then I don't have the will to live to get any of those projects done. Which sucks, but also, like, I do need to kind of be mindful of my, like, limits. Like, there's a lot of collabs I want to do. Like, it's definitely one of the things that, like, has been on my mind. And I just, you know, unfortunately haven't had the time because at the beginning of the year was supposed to be a lot of collabs, and then yeah, that ended up going not so great. Not so good. Okay, there we go. All in good time. Life priority is first. Yeah. That's the thing. It's like, you know, whenever someone's like, "Oh, I'm sorry I haven't been able to make a stream," I'm like, "No, I understand. Like life priorities have to come first." It doesn't necessarily mean that like I don't worry about people. Where I'm like, you know, I haven't thought about that. I haven't seen them in a while. Whenever someone shows up after a bit, I'm like, there's like a little bit of a sigh of relief that does go through me. Where I'm like, okay, I'm glad they're doing okay. But no, like, you know, you could end up becoming a West Coaster. I mean, okay, Loki, I actually did apply for a job. That was that was like in Vancouver, and I did actually like meet most of the requirements, even if the matching system didn't necessarily agree with that. You know what? That mostly works out. But no, like it would be nice to relocate. Admittedly, like it's one of those things where it's there's like a trade-off, because like part of me is like it would be nice to like really relocate and like take some time for self-discovery and figure out what I want to do with my life. But there's also like that very real feel of like leaving behind the really amazing like support structure I do have right now. Where I'm like, you know, like I got to do what's best for me, but also like I feel bad saying saying goodbye even if I'm gonna be in contact with a bunch of people. You know, it's gonna be harder for me to get to like Friendsgiving every year, which like is I very like a low priority in terms of things that like I should probably be taking into consideration, but it is a thought that like has just now struck me. Okay.
Spin!
But yeah, that's whoopsies, wrong layer. I guess it's like just part of life. Like the one constant of life is that change happens. I empathize, but I'm excited. I realized that I was the same age my mom was when she left her home country to try out in Canada, and I did the same in Australia at her age. Fun fact: you still have to pay U.S. taxes even if you are in Canada all year long. Yeah, I'm not looking forward to that. And that's like part of like what's going into my calculations, because I'm like, what is the bare minimum I can reasonably take as like a as compensation and still like live comfortably? And the answer is like it's a lot more than the positions where I can make that kind of money are unfortunately more rare than I would like. What does a Shiba look like? What the fuck? What? Hey, DuckDuckGo, what the fuck? Hey, DuckDuckGo, what the fuck? I'm including the search query. I didn't do anything special. I just looked up Shiba Inu, and it gave me the conversion rate for Shiba Inu the dog to USD. What the fuck? I'm a coin market cap. I guess there's like a Shiba coin or whatever the fuck. Shiba Inu worthless. Maybe yeah, I guess there's like a crypto for like Shiba Inus. Also, welcome on in Kenny. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Can we show for Kenny guy? But no, definitely like a fucking exchange per dog. Okay, they got like it goes like over the eye. They got like little things above the eyes, and then it's just kind of like a puffy rounded face going on. Isn't that the Doge crypto? No, it's different than the Doge crypto, because the Doge crypto Like that's based on the Doge. That's based on the Doge meme as turned into an NFT. There's this video from a YouTuber called Folding Ideas, where he goes into the overarching like he goes into really like stuff like that that's very, very ridiculous to like look at the underlying like mathematics and the people behind it, you know, to be like, okay, here's why this is like straight up a scam. And yeah, he did one on both NFTs and also on the GameStop or the GameStop stock situation. And both of them are like perpetual brain rot for me. Because it's so fucking like
Wretch, we're
What's
wretch,
up, Crisp?
we're the wretch.
Is there any fate for a pet online worse than Mitsuki/Doge? Serious
I
question.
do feel bad for Mitsuki. She deserved better. But no, where was I at? At some point, the way he starts fucking like,
Wretch, we're
that's a
wretch,
Crisp.
we're the wretch.
Enchanted Evening plus Starfield of Nyx's mass land destruction in MTG.
Yeah, there's a lot of ways you can run mass land destruction. That's that is by no means, that's like honestly incredibly inefficient. But no, I guess to be fair, like the upside is that if you have like a bunch of enchantments, that you just get to like beat people to death, like while lands are locked out. But no, at some point while he describes like the GameStop stock situation, it straight up starts sounding like a fucking cult. Like he straight up like it's not even like him adding like the cult ideology. It unironically becomes like he starts showing posts of like, yes, this is what these people are saying, this is what they believe in, and it's just straight up a financial cult. And like every single time I'm like, am I bad with money? I have to remind myself I'm not in a financial cult, so like I'm not doing that bad, all things considered. Oh, Chanel Monster Hyena, thank you for the follow. Welcome to live chat. Glad to have you, sweet bean. I gotta say, like, being in a cult seems like a financially ill-advised decision. You know? I'm not like a life plan or anything, but I can't imagine that it does like wonders for the, you know, the mark like the, you know, I can't imagine it does particularly good for the booking numbers. If you're running a cult though, like, hey, you're probably like making buco bucks. All right, now we color the little tongue. All right. But yeah, no, like, I definitely like I don't know if anyone else does this, but I definitely have like a like list of like comfort video essays. Like I'm like these are video essays I've watched easily like double digits times, but like I don't know, something about them is just like so like I, you know, maybe it's just because like I've seen them so much where I'm like, yes, I know literally every word of this thing like by heart. But like you know, sometimes you're just like, you know what, I'm life's hard, let me put on my comfort video essay. It's like you know, people who are like, yes, comfort food. I guess if you're like that, you know, that's not intrinsically less silly. Hey, what's up? Oh goody, I'm no longer shadow banned. One of the comfort ones is Brene Brown on empathy. It's a short 3-minute video. That definitely sounds like just like one of those like nice sort of like
Wretch.
put it on and just like take a break. What's up, Crisp?
Want to help the stream for free? If you spot a moment that you think is fun or interesting, then you can use mark a leave a
Swallow, why
reminder
are you
for me
like
to check
this?
sections of the VOD.
I literally have that as I literally have that as a reminder. Why are you highlighting that fact? Why are you lampshade hanging on my stream? I don't lampshade hang on my own stream. Also, we're about to run our this is our first set of properly of 3-minute ads. We run those every hour to turn off pre-rolls. People don't have to deal with ads as soon as they join the stream. If you want to, go grab a snack, go hydrate, you know, go take care of yourself. And the ads will play, and we will be still doing art when you come back. As I was looking into ways to turn my lands into enchantments and clone them on a massive scale. Unfortunately, most effects that animate lands animate based off of converted mana cost, or sorry, mana value nowadays, which you know, lands are 0. So yeah, you're never going to be able to mass copy artifact or mass copy enchantment lands. Welcome on, NPC. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. All right. Sheeb. All right, think of the stretch as well. Gotta make sure I maintain proper posture and all that shit. Okay, there we go. There we go. That yellow that no one will see. Because it is a single pixel
Spin.
of yellow. I've been freed from work with minor paper cuts. Proper posture in this age and economy. I know, preposterous, right? I forgot the little eyebrow things. Whose emote is that? Saber Big Cat? Nor have they posed my orb. Someone has a Megalovania, nor have they posed my orb. What do you mean posed? Do you mean posted? I haven't posted a lot of the orbs. Like I said, my life is very, very busy right now. I'm doing like absolutely what I can posted. Should we crucify Crisp? All right.
Wretch. Wretch.
What's up, Crisp?
We're the wretch.
Wait, who made this poll? Please vote no, please, I am just a rat.
Swariel, you made the poll and also made Crisp say that. I don't super like that. Hold up, let me... Oh, that's right. Hold up. Now I remember. There was a request to get some green in here. And I feel like a doofus for getting that request. Here, let me because I actually can add some green here in a way that should feel somewhat natural. Design is hard. Let no one ever assume that I am a designer, because I'm not.
Do you like
In that case, I think I want to include some browns.
Well, no more.
I think that's... Are you... What is going on here? Whoopsies. Ah, fuck. Ignore that. I'm not entirely sure what this is supposed to be. Welcome on in, Jaren. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Let me fix that then. Do we get a shout out for Jaren? We are vibing and we're doing art. As well as I suppose art can be done by me in my current state. Shit. Wrong layer. Yes, I'm just looking before dinner tonight. Excellent. Trying to figure out how I want to do. I think I want to probably bring that down. There we go. So that way, I don't want this. I don't want to end up being like a major focus. Just do like the highlighting. This works, right? I mean, close enough. I'll be honest with you. I can't keep track anymore. What the intended use for that emote even is anymore has been so thoroughly like destroyed by contextual nonsense. Ascend the rat. Ascend the rat. Dorime. Interimo ada pari dorime. Ameno latire. Latiremo. Dorime. I think actually this was supposed to be. Hold up. Now that I'm actually looking at where now I'm actually like looking at like what's like where things are placed. Keeping Latin alive. It's like the only bit of Latin I do know, and it's all because of that one meme. Moo, welcome on in, Cork. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. You're a hyena, but you show up here frequently mooing. I do have to question the authenticity of the hyena label at some point. That was his dinner, I bet. Oh yeah, that's right. That would make sense. Is that too much? That feels like it might be too much. Ring allows bold transformation? Fair enough. The moo's still moving. Here. Let me just go and add that real quick. And let's see. Do I want to add a highlight color? I think the answer is like yes. Something like this. Can Beanie ride a motorcycle IRL? I've been wanting to get my license, but it's daunting. I don't actually know. I want to say he can, because he is like actually a big car enthusiast. And the more I look at this this color, I'm like, that is a very I might want to like up the saturation a little bit, but then also make it, you know, pull it like up the brightness, but pull the saturation back. As I'm looking at it, I'm like, yeah, somewhere like that. There we go. That way it's a little bit less children's vomit. I low-key love this artist. What is this song? It's a complaint about the English language. Dear English Language by Jazz Emo. English language. English is bullshit. To be fair, every language I think has its has its corresponding bullshit. I just realized that was all on the fucking line art layer, wasn't it? Commit band's laughter. Listen, you can't spell manslaughter without a little bit of laughter. Oh, well, there we go. That's the end of the stream, y'all. I'm kidding. I will say, this song has somewhat been impacted by the fact that I do stream. Because like now I'm like, I associate this song with like wrapping up. English is particularly bullshit. You say that, but there is an entire poem about a man who eats stone lions in Chinese. That's literally just the word "she" with different intonations for like 40 lines. Trust me, I'm into linguism. English is probably the least bullshit major world language. There ain't no nuance here at all. Like, I'd believe it. Like, don't get me wrong, every language has, like, for example, in Spanish, I constantly have to fucking ask Spanish speakers online, hey, what does this mean? Because Spanish is filled to the fucking brim with, like, region-specific slang. And, like, what is...
A word means what a word means in one region of Spain will mean completely different things. It's not even, conjugations aren't that bad. We conjugate in English, we just do, like, it to a much, much lesser degree. The real bullshit of Spanish is being like, oh, hey, hey, chucho, like, you know, what is it? Okay, chucho can mean, like, 5 different things, depending exclusively on the location you are, and, like, 3 of them will get you stabbed. That's some bullshit. Yeah, so like every fucking language
Because it's bullshit. English actually is like not that bad. Borb is not healing your pronunciation. Como, y como. Well, come on in, struggle for Wolves. Not sweet bean. Listen. Puedo hablar español con un poquito de acento. No puedo hablar tan rápidamente para una persona, un hispanohablante natural, ellos todos conocen que estoy un gringo. There's 50 trillion different yeah, it's like, which is why it's like, most of the people who I'm like, oh, hey, you know, also welcome on Alert Couple. I don't think I said hi to you earlier. Like every like major region that has like Spanish is like, yeah, where they're understanding, at least like in terms of like the people I interact with online, where they're like, yeah, thank you for trying at least. Like every language has got its bullshit, but I think the fact that English is the only language that leans into the bullshit, and I think that's why it's become the predominant language. It's because we're like, yes, everything is dumb, none of it makes any fucking sense, but like, Spanish can be different even in a single country. Yep. Depending on the country you live in, Mongo can be a euphemism for vagina, which is really fucking funny because in a lot of the countries where like the fruit mango, or like as it's said in Spanish, mango, a lot of the languages or a lot of locations where mangoes are grown, it is also a euphemism for vagina. So it's not so much you know Spanish as you know a Spanish. For a single dialect country, the character, I do not know how to read that, has 13 different readings depending on the context, which is more than the average character reading. Most notable because of how common a character it is in everyday use. Well, it's where the man goes. You know what? I will allow that to pass, if only just because it's a lewd pun being made by Camcool, who is otherwise deeply, deeply allergic to making such jokes. But no, like, it is wild how difficult, like, you know, like it is wild how difficult it is for people to communicate, even within, like, you know, like, oh, it's people misunderstand each other all the fucking time in English. Like, imagine speaking another, like, imagine speaking it as your, like, secondary language. Like, you know. That's why, like, whenever it comes to, like, if there's any drama involving someone for whom, like, English is, like, a second language, I always, like, I'm like, I'm not gonna get involved. Because, like, it's one of those things where it's, like, drama is a result of misunderstandings, and misunderstandings with someone for whom the language they are speaking is not their primary language, are extra, like, eh. Like, this drama could have just been a text message. Please read this when Dilf. I have no idea what you're trying to say there, Kasai. Like, you can argue things like mice versus mouses and flew versus flied are nuance, which is true, but usually languages have enormous amounts of such nuance on top of gender and noun conjugation based on position in a sentence and such. Not having a stroke there, by the way. I mean, when I got to Australia and heard Aussie English, like I was hearing a foreign language. I listen, because English has its own regional dialects. The Kerry accent is so thick as to be a regional dialect, and like that's not me overstating it. I sincerely, like, when I listen to people from Kerry, Ireland, it's uninterpretable, and English is like my primary and arguably exclusive fucking language. Seamreg go burr. For example, nope, still can't read Japanese. I think that's Japanese? Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's Japanese. Welsh? Well, okay, Welsh, you know, Welsh does its own fucking bizarre things. I appreciate the Welsh, but to be honest with you, I do look at your language and I'm so deeply confused. Yes, Welsh will not be nearly as bad as if you skip the Latin alphabet. I think that's the thing. I think because it uses, like, Welsh uses the Latin alphabet, but they don't actually use the associated sounds. Like the classic example is here. lower stabilization a little bit. There's a famous hero from I can't remember if it's Welsh folk legends. Whose name is spelled like this. So you look at that and you're like, oh, it's Pwill, right? No, wrong, incorrect, you fool. It's Pwish. Pwish. Why is it pronounced Pwish? I don't fucking know. It actually, like, you know, though, like the very, very long, like the super, like the super long town name. I remember how to pronounce the beginning of it because it's Pwish. My mouth was not made to speak Welsh. Did someone say Pwel? No. This is pronounced, I believe, Schlanfar. Same with Irish, Scottish, Polish, Hungarian, every other language written in Latin. But explain Lloyd then, because Lloyd is an English name. Welsh is weird. And I'm assuming it's like, it probably makes sense if you've studied it. But I do take at some point umbrage with people putting things into their Latin language, like using Latin characters where it clearly does not work. It's like TL, DL, or HL, or THL. So it's Pwilth? Pwilth? With Pwill, Pwiddle. I don't fucking know. I give up. And also, to be fair, I wouldn't take so much issue with it, except for the fact that there is very, very specific fucking like there's like 3 different dialects. Is Starkey crashing out on languages that are like French? Thluthlen. I think Argentina renders the yeah, in Spanish, like, because you know, Argentina. Wait, no, Argentinian Spanish is very similar to the Spanish I studied. It's Chilean Spanish that's famously very, very difficult to understand. But no. Well, with Thorn, yeah, like the Thorn used to be its own character. Like it was a, you know. If Starkey reads my last sentence, that means English needs more anarchy. Nope. You're Starkey something read this sentence. I'm assuming that something about Pollo is pronounced Posho rather than Pollo. Oh, Thorn and I don't even fucking know what the other one is supposed to be. Are interchangeable because it's you know what? Hey, quick question. What is this symbol called? Because it actually has a very, very specific correct name because it's the original one. I actually, you know what? I'm not surprised. Jared knows it. Octothorpe. It is very specifically the original but like because of the way that this symbol has had such incredible like drift that the origin of it was Octothorpe. Octothorpe, running out of space. But you could also I've heard people call it the pound sign. Hashtag is one of the more recent ones. Starkey. This ampersand character used to be a letter at one point. Hash. Yeah, it's like you know, if you're musically inclined, this could be considered a it's not a flat, it's a sharp. This could be considered the sharp sign. Look, I'm not even gonna try to read fucking middle. Okay, that's definitely not Middle English. That's definitely Old English, right? I'm not allowing it because I don't know what you're trying to say. This is an ampersand. Sharp, yeah, it could mean tic-tac-toe. Okay, I need a... But no, like language is some bullshit. Forgot the number sign. I guess yeah, it's also the number sign. Like you are correct that is also a way you can think. The new ABC song sucks. I mean, like, I can understand kind of why they did it, but also, like, it is, you know, no matter what you're doing, you're gonna fuck up the meter of the song, and also you're intrinsically moving, because part of the reason that the alphabet song even works is because it builds off of Twinkle Twinkle Little Star. And so when you remove that musical motif that kids, like, actually, like, depended on for, like, understanding, like, where, you know, where the connection point of this is, it does end up, like, losing some significance. What the fuck is going on with this wheel? I'm looking at this wheel and I'm like, what the fuck did I do? There's a new ABC song. Why? Because of LMNOP, where kids would interpret it as a single letter rather than, like, 6. I love how it got automated. Like, there's a perfect example of how much English has changed in a not very long span of time, at all things considered.
Wretch,
What's up, Chris?
we're the wretch.
It feels like how in French hay is pronounced like the letter A. It's atrocious.
Yeah, I mean, Chris was ready for it. Z is pronounced Z in America because of the original alphabet song. It was Z. X, Y, Z. W, X, Y, and Z. I mean, like, it still works, even with, like, the Canadian pronunciation. Oh, god damn it, I just realized I'm gonna immediately fucking out myself as a goddamn Yank if I go up to Canada and call it a Z. Shit. It's fine. I don't want the Canadians to immediately hate me for being American. As is their right at this point.
Wretch,
So I'll go shoot you on site.
we're the wretch.
You don't know that.
Zed's nuts.
Nope. Nope. Didn't work. I was saved by the Welsh. It's not America. Okay, you know what? You make a very compelling point. I'm very used to the American response to things they don't like, which is to immediately attack it with a gun. Starkey, you should be fine as long as you're not in Alberta. I am specifically avoiding relocating to Alberta. Every single person I've talked to has been like, yeah, Canada's great, just literally avoid Alberta. And, like, honestly, I'm escaping the United States. I don't want to go to United States Canada edition. So yeah, I'm gonna make fun of Alberta all the time. Me go to school in Manitoba, trust me, you wouldn't even get looked at funny. I suppose that's fair. They'd roast you more for aluminum versus aluminium. I suppose that's fair. To be fair, that one's like kind of an anachronism nowadays. Because, like, the origin of aluminum as, like, a word was that the aluminum happened because they typewriters, like, people who like places that rented out typewriters would charge per letter written, so they would just leave off the second I in aluminum. And by that they mean specifically Lethbridge, Calgary, and Red Deer. Edmonton is actually pretty based. I'm not taking my chances. I've been to the South. I know what people in rural areas are capable of doing. And I don't know. To be fair, Canada probably has, like, way less guns than we do here in the States. Remember the time I reported someone on a chess site because they made fun of me for being American? And it's like, it's not my fault I'm stuck here. I feel like in Canada there's no real cities above Edmonton. Yellowknife is fake. Alumium is wild, actually. I just read alumium.
Hi.
Oh, come on, Amber. It's gotta be a sweet bean.
Hi. Hi. Hi.
I don't know anything about Moose Jaw, though. Printing presses charged per character, which is where they dropped a lot of U's from words like honor, color, etc., and moved double L's off words like traveling and canceling, etc. I knew about the armor and the color thing. I didn't actually know about the double L's. So basically what I'm learning is that my spelling is going to be fucked in Canada no matter what. Legit, though, kind of toxic to mock someone for beating for their own country. What's up, Chris?
Remember Timmy's in Canada overrated garbage, A&W amazing delicious burger.
I do want to actually, like, give, like, because, you know, I've heard good things about Canadian A&W. And A&W here in the States is, like, pretty bad. But no, like, it is weird to me to, like, because ultimately, like, making fun of someone from being from another country, because, like, I make fun of people for being French all the time, but, like, I don't actually mean it. If anyone ever is, like, of the opinion that, like, I actually mean what I say it when I make fun of the French, no. Like, I actually, like, I sincerely respect the French people. I have issues with Parisians specifically, but that's because as a city, their culture is deeply toxic. But no, like, making fun of other countries, like, it does have, in my mind, deep roots as a profound, like, you know, identifier associated with, what's it called? Not, nationalism, that's it. There's a difference between it's like making fun of the country of France is like it's a different energy than making fun of someone because they are French. Like that, you know. I don't think I've ever made fun of someone just because they're French. I miss A&W. That's definitely on the to grab list. Okay. Especially because they asked for me to name 3 European countries to prove I didn't know geography. What the fuck? Like, I mean, listen, at that point, like, it's sincerely, like, if you are making fun of someone for being unable to name, like, that is a, like, educational failure. That is something to pity, not make fun of. Hold up. Does this make sense? If I'm looking at this as a wheel, does this make sense?
Rats. We're rats. We're the rats.
What's up, Crisp?
Thorn and hash dash sharp S.
Oh, come on in, Phoenix. Let me a sweet bean. I want to make sure that I'm not, like... Part of me is, like, concerned, because this is the first time I've ever tried to draw mechanical things. Mechanical things are very, very complicated, but they're also one of the things that, like, AI does really, really poorly at replicating. Just, like, part of me is anxious about this, because I'm like, I don't want anyone to be like, oh, you know, like, this doesn't make sense in, like, geometry, and be like, oh, Stark using AI. I'm like, no, I'm just bad. You see, the problem is I'm just bad at art. No lol. Sag. Also know about more about international. Yeah, no, that I mean, listen, I do remember, like, I was at one point forced to learn the song where they teach you every single like every single like, you know, state and capital. I get my poutine from an indie cafe near uni, like a proper gentleman. I need to give proper poutine a try. I can't even name every state. I definitely couldn't name every state nowadays. Because, like, that is a skill I actively have not decided to keep. I can name over 50 countries. Oh, absolutely. Costco poutine's pretty good in Canada. Welcome on Ice Cold Orca. Glad to have you sweeping. Can we show for Ice Cold Orca? Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of things I want to try when I move on up. That's some
Name
crisp.
the top 5 most garbage states. You can only pick 5 garbage states for this list.
Is it bad that I just want to say most of the South? Starkey, that's the reason I found the poutine place near me. Florida, Alabama, Missouri, Ohio for personal reasons. Most of the, yeah. South Dakota. Wyoming does, you know, Wyoming's not great, but it's as hard to, Wyoming is a nothing state. It's as hard to hate Wyoming as it is to, you know, love it. There's nothing there. New York is not that bad of a state. What about Maine? Y'all, like, if we're naming the 5 worst states and you're putting fucking Maine on the list, you're out of your you're like out of your goddamn mind. Maine does not enter the conversation. At least Florida made me interesting. LA is a dumpster fire. To be fair, that's because of people from outside of LA. So what are your thoughts on Michigan? It's fine. Georgia. I feel like I heard something about Georgia where it's like Atlanta, Georgia's great. The rest of Georgia is straight up like, do not go there for any reason whatsoever. I'm sorry, Ambrose. Michigan gets a like a 5 out of 10. Welcome on in, Shinji. No, glad to have you, sweet bean. Starkey said my state is fine. Listen, you want me to shit on your state? I can do it. Don't get me wrong, I can just say the word Detroit like 5 times. And fucking summon bullets into my skull.
Spin!
But how you holding up? Oh, how you holding up, Shinji? You wouldn't dare. Listen, if it fucking gets me out of America, death is acceptable. They're only going state by worst quality of life. Alaska is the worst state. Well, that's also like Alaska's starting from behind the starting plate. Alaska doesn't have the resources to be a good state. We've given states like fucking like Louisiana, Alabama, like so much fucking resources. They're still garbage. So I think they're lower on my list. Tired of trying to doodle? Heck
What
yeah.
place is funnier, Detroit or Gary?
The really fucking funny thing, if you look at Detroit and Gary next to each other on a map, they're the same goddamn city, just across state lines. Detroit and Gary, Indiana are the same fucking state. Like, they're the same city. My dad is from Jersey. That's fair. A fellow Jersey in here. Detroit is funny. Gary is just tragic. Yep. Jersey is funny because it's illegal to pump your own gas. Yep. Which honestly, like, people are like, oh, that's so silly. But I'm like, you know what? Fucking go off. That's a workers' rights thing. I respect the shit out of it for, I respect the shit out of, Gary and Cleveland or, yeah. I've driven through Gary, Indiana. I didn't die. But I am aware of the risk I am taking every time I do that. And in Gary's case, it's literally all of the government of Indiana's fault. Yep. You were driving too fast to get stabbed. Honestly, yeah. Which is really fucking funny because the like.
Rats. We're rats.
What's up, Chris?
We're the rats.
Pick a favor to sacrifice to Gary, Indiana.
That might increase your odds, like low key. that might actually meaningfully increase my odds. So who's it gonna be? Who's willing to be sacrificed so that way I can drive through Gary, Indiana to go to MFF. Actually, to be fair, I only drive through Gary, Indiana to come back from MFF. Got very Hunger Game a little bit. Your choice, Starkey. Oh, I see. I see how it is. You're trying to fob the choice of who I'm sacrificing off on me. What's up, Chris?
I say we do Kasai as he was the one to introduce this cursed choice.
Fair enough. Also, I forgot Wordle. You know what? Fair enough. Kasai, all right, get ready. You're going to Gary, Indiana. But yeah, no, I do unironically feel bad for the people who have to live in Gary, Indiana. It is absolutely like a hell of other people's like, it is like the perfect example of like hell is other people. Okay. Hold up. I think I biffed it a little bit. No, never mind. I am. This is working as intended. Okay, there we go. Because this is me trying to figure out the mechanical. Why did I agree to a mechanical drawing? I'm of course joking. This is fine. I probably will decline mechanical drawing in the future, though. Is it bad that the first time it's bad this is the first time I've heard of Gary, Indiana? No. No one outside of Indiana really knows about Gary, Indiana. If you're in Gary, Indiana, people here will be like, do not get, like, don't go. If you're in Indiana, people will be like, yeah, we got Carmel, we got like Frank's, we got Indianapolis, like that's a good place to go. Go to like West Lafayette if you like, because it's near a college town. Go to what's the other college town? Oh God, why am I forgetting? Why am I forgetting the other, like the only other town in fucking Indiana? It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to remember. But yeah, no. So no dump trucky morph. Nope. But no, like outside of Indiana, people don't really, talk about Gary. Presumably because they do not want to become like Gary, Indiana. This is Buddy Holly, but the lyrics are one bar behind the music. I just realized because this is the bike. That I need to actually probably like the like support structures would probably be coming from here. I want to make dinner, but it takes like 10 minutes and I'm lazy. Go make dinner. It is weird how like a lot of the harmony does still work. It just is incorrect. It kind of still works exactly. I guess to be fair, that is the nature of like the 4-5-1 chord progression, where it's just like that is all of pop pop music at this point. No, Kasai, get that the fuck out of here. Actually, an illegal edition. Did I hear dump trucky morph? You did not. Hold up, I fucked it up. It's supposed to be the other way around. Wait, hold up. That's literally the first four notes. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry to Zarek, I'm so sorry to point this out to you. The first four notes are the same as Smash Mouth All-Star. Somebody once told me the world was gonna roll me. I'm so sorry. I'm on such high alert for fucking like meme mashups that it immediately caught my attention. The rest of the music is different, but also like those first four notes, it's like when someone sneaks in the four notes of Megalovania. It's like my brain is on hyperdrive to detect that shit. I found that in Songbird Symphony. Purely coincident. To be fair, it's a very, very funny coincidence. Don't get me wrong. I'm not suggesting anything, but in terms of coincidences, it is extremely funny. Still no Megalovania. The song request is like incorrect. You are not allowed to put Megalovania. The song request is fucking like this. Nightbot has been invaded by Toby Fox. He's like, no, stop fucking playing Megalovania. It is really funny that the because that's like not the first time an Easter egg has just been getting run over by Toby Fox. There's definitely at least one Easter egg from part 2 where that also does happen. And to be honest with you, I do respect the desire to be like, hey, stop fucking... Shut up about the stupid skeleton! If you need a break for your event for this eventually, may I suggest drawing your Clippy Sona? I think I'm coming to an unsettling realization that I might not even finish this today. Because I keep accidentally... Oh, son of a bitch. Or your trucky Sona. What? That... No, I did a little workaround. I'm not drawing myself as a truck again. I'm sorry. That was a one you had to be here for it. It's a one-time deal. It's a fucking God, I still need to finish season 3. What do you mean you might not finish this? Unrelated, you see that DM I sent you, not me distracting you? Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Definitely no ill intentions here. I won't lie. I still can't hear it, because the line is supposed to be, come on, mob, don't you feel your frustration? But I can't hear it any other way outside of feel your masturbation. I don't know how they mispronounced it that bad. But Trucky Morph. Fasturation. Okay, that actually does make sense. That makes sense specifically because it is a like someone with a like someone for whom Japanese is their primary language. Because they tend to break down English words because they have like it's structurally something to do with the way like Japanese is set up, is that like they have like specific words that they have they then break other languages down into those like sets of phonemes. So does they hear castration in some English lyrics? Oh, hell yeah. Some moment, together we're glowing. Gonna be golden. Whoa. Oh, these wheels look like ass no matter what I do.
Wretch.
What's up, Chris?
We're the wretch.
So Type Wild first debuted as an ending song for Pokemon in 1998. All-Star came out a year later.
Interesting. Let me try doing this. I'm like, because thinking back on it now, Your Idol and Soda Pop are the same song. One of them is just much more direct. And I think that's why I enjoyed Your Idol, but I'm not the hugest fan of Soda Pop. They didn't even do fucking, this is what it sounds like. Oh no, Kasai. It's the curse. It just... Oh, it feels wrong! Like I said before, Soda Pop was made to be brain rot. I suppose that's fair. Kasai, I hate this. I hate this so much. This is the 100% the musical equivalent of gaslighting. Because you're like, that's what the song's supposed to sound like, right? And I know for a fact, because I listened to the song recently. This sucks. This hurts. It's slower. It's not slower. It has been extended from a, like, barely under 4/4 to a 4/4. Like part of what gives Heia's Outcast its bouncy rhythm for a moment, and then I noticed. Part of what gives it its bouncy rhythm is the fact that it doesn't quite fill a full bar before moving on to the next thing. It sounds slower though. Yeah, because that's like that's what the effect is. The effect is it ends up making you feel like it's like, oh, like why is it feeling slower? Like if you put them next to each other, like this version of the song is longer. Also, welcome on Mystic Wind. Glad to have you, sweet. Your show for Mystic Wind. Thanks. Then what makes of the exception? Why, oh, why, oh, why, are we so been when we're not happy here? But no, like, how you holding up, Mystic? Let me have you. I'm currently struggling with mechanical parts so fucking hard. I just noticed the next song. What's the next song? Hey Ya, Outcast by Hatsune Miku. Dinner has been made. You can feel it the most. You can feel it the most in the bridge. Ivan, welcome on in. Thank you for the 2 subscription for 15 months. Can we get a shout out for Ivan? A, how dare you sit on the board with me? But B, I hope you're doing okay. Ilianos earlier the stream told me about what happened, and I hope you're doing okay. Cause like that's a, you know, if it was serious enough for you to like need like a brace, that's not a great situation. But, you know, I won't linger on it because I'm sure you know. There's also part of me is always like express concern, but also move on quickly in case like it's something that like actually is like, you know, people probably don't want to think about like their most recent injury right out the, you know, it's like I'm dealing with it. Thanks for reminding me, asshole. This section also really hurts from the 4/4. It sounds so incorrect. This is definitely where I would notice it, even if, like, I would notice it even if I hadn't listened to Outcast Heya recently. It was a really bad fall for how much it was really bad for how much of a basic fall it was, but it wasn't the worst outcome. That's good. That's good at least. You're dodging the absolute worst of it. Okay. Oh, never mind. This is a curse. This is a curse upon our land. Who did this? Kronos, why? It doesn't feel right. It feels oh so wrong. It is more correct than the previous one, but it also brings with it a new energy of curse. I didn't realize how important the timbre was of like Andre 3000's voice for like the feel of Heya. And this is making me realize that, and I hate that I have to learn the hard way. The RGBTQ plus plus Bob Blast. I do love that. Who keeps stubbing her toe? Ah. It sounds so incredibly wrong. I hate this. I hate this a lot. Like, more than I reasonably should. Something about this has, like, extra unpleasant energy. More than Buddy Holly? I think so, personally. Because like Buddy Holly, Hatsune singing Buddy Holly, like that's like, you know, it's not quite so bad. Because I think something about like the way Buddy Holly is makes it like.
What does this button do?
What's up, Chris?
Please,
Oh, no.
do not push the button. You have
My
no
brain
idea
short circuited
what-
incorrectly. Kasa, how dare you press the button?
I fell.
You knocked the cat over. Okay, so this is Sabrina Carpenter. I won't lie. I heard it initially and my brain was like, is this Chaperone? And I was like, you 100% should check first. That is not the kind of thing you just like say so blazingly. You need to see the Manchild song sometime. Do I? You say need, but like, is it really a need? But no, like it's something about like the style of her singing. Also, you know, we are running our second set of 3-minute ads that we run every hour to turn off pre-rolls. People don't have to deal with ads as soon as they join the stream. I was gonna say it sounds a bit like a younger Dolly Parton. Yeah, it's something about the energy of like her style of singing is very, very similar to like Dolly Parton or like a Chaperone. What the fuck? Did I Mobius strip this?
Rats. We're rats.
What's up, Chris?
We're the rats.
I posit to you, Starkey, that K-pop Demon Hunters is just Frozen.
You're incredibly correct? You're extremely correct. Sorry, you're extremely incorrect, rather. They are very, very differently structured movies. Starkey accidentally makes the Mobius strip. Accidentally, yeah, fucking just snuck in there somehow. You're correct, Taurus. But he's not right, though. They both have the, like, structural idea of, like, accepting yourself in spite of what you're told by your parents. But, like, outside of that, there's no other, like, the messaging is the same, don't conceal. Yeah, but, like, that's the only aspect. It'd be like saying, it's like, oh, you know, fucking Fight Club and Joker are the same movie. It's like, no, you're incorrect. Fun fact that I don't have to worry about anything Chris Stark is going to say because ads. Hell yeah. The third Sanctuary Bites in 4/4 time signature. This weirdly slaps, though. Hey, like the song, it weirdly slaps. It definitely is wrong. Don't get me wrong. This is incorrect. I even without looking at the title, I knew immediately. I was like, they've done something to this. But also, it still, in fact, does slap. But no, like I think. What if you don't get ads? What song? It's third Sanctuary, but it's in 4/4 time. It do be kind of slapping though, low key. Actually, I just realized that's not supposed to be here, is it? I low-key, I love it when people do fuckery with time signatures. I want more like weird time signature shit. Why is this here? Hold up. Now thinking about it, okay. I hate how I traced this because I was like, I want to have to figure out how fucking. Sorry, they've updated both farmhouses and Phasma. I hate how I was let me trace this that way I don't have to figure out how to fucking draw this myself, and I still have to figure out how to draw it myself because the tracing made it look weird. What in the world is this? This is some fucking bloop core ass music. Grafton is now in the middle of the cornfield and the house is a mess. That does actually sound like a lot of fun. Like doing Phasmo again for a bit. This song is good. It definitely is, it's a jam. It's definitely also got some bizarre musical choices going on that I'm kind of interested to see like how where it develops. Oh. Okay, I know this song. This is the kawaii animated thing. All I know is the song is the DA's animated thing. It was a meme for a bit, like about like people animating their OCs like dancing to this. Because you the thing is you only need to make like 2 poses. It's like it was like a back view to the oh hold the fuck. Oh, okay, no, never mind. I was about to be mad at myself. This song is Pog. What is it? Q Kurarin. All right, let me go and. I might have to go with a simpler background. I was like, I want to do a little something for the background, but as I'm increasingly realizing, I probably shouldn't do that. This piano is not even remotely in the same key as the music up to this point. Welcome on, Noshi. I'm glad to have you, Sweet Bean. All right. Let me go ahead and paint the tires in the back real quick. We are getting there. The process is just being extended somewhat by me realizing how bad at art I am. This is definitely one of those where it's I am ragging on myself a little bit. As far as mistakes go, this is a relatively minor, but it definitely does feel a little annoying. How I let it get that far without actually being wait, why does none of this make any sense to my brain? Can we go back and check that one again? Don't be so hard on yourself, Stormkey. Okay, fair enough. I need to be more patient with myself, but dang it. Okay, and then we pull it down for back here. Oh, whoopsies. I didn't even think about that. But no, you're right. I need to be patient with myself. It's just like one of those art frustration things. That having been said, you know, disastrous, you know, motorbike in the back notwithstanding, I actually do feel relatively happy with how the body turned out. Like the body is definitely like showing artistic progress. It's like I can take that with me. What in the... Oh wow, that light art got really messy, huh? There we go. But yeah, no, like, I guess like the big thing is just like I've mentioned feeling out of sorts, and I couldn't really tell you why. It's just like a lot of floating anxiety right now, and like, you know, to some degree, like whenever that happens, my usual patience with myself runs out first. It is, I'm a perfectionist very much, and I very much suppress that urge, but like, you know, when coping techniques fail, bad behavioral patterns do rear their ugly head again. But hey, you know, it's one of those, like, you know, what's this? What's the saying? Like, mental health is a garden. It's, you know, it's not like a track line to the finish. It's a garden that you tend day to day, and there will be bad days and there will be good days. So like, is this too is all this too saturated? I'm looking at it, I'm like, it might be a touch too saturated. What's up, Chris?
So my dad has been sick the past couple days and he's been drinking this NyQuil from one of our closets, particularly a closet we don't use very often. So I'm like, we don't use that closet very often, are you sure it's safe? And he goes, I'm sure it's fine. So I check the bottle and it said it expired in October 2021. My dad goes, so maybe that's why it's not working.
Oh my god. Also, welcome to the Lopsog. I don't think I said hi to you earlier. Yeah, that'll do it. That will definitely do it. I mean, that's the thing with medicines, is when medicines expire, they don't actually expire in a way that becomes dangerous to the human body. They just become significantly less effective. For some reason, my drawing tablet is always on high contrast, and I don't know how to change it. I think with bumping down the you know, I should probably do the thing I do, like the thing I'm supposed to do, where I actually look at the values. Filter, correction. Not. Okay. I think I have to add it like I have to add like a new correction here. What's up, Chris?
Was anyone going to tell me Toby Fox is going to be the musical producer of the Homestuck series made by Vizier Pop Studio, or was I supposed to find that out in a YouTube community post?
I also just found out that, you know, the Homestuck getting a series is bizarre to me. The more I learn about the Homestuck series, the more I'm like, what the fuck is happening? I actually think I did a relative, like, all things considered, I think I did a better job. I'm looking at this, and I'm like, this can probably be darker. This can probably be lighter. A little bit. Like, darker, make this lighter, and maybe a touch more saturated, but otherwise, Actually, this could probably be darker and then make this darker, like darker and more saturated than just darker. Actually, that very, very small change had a pretty significant adjustment. Like, I think it actually makes it a lot better. Like, you know, I'm not sorry for this. Okay, now let's re-add that correction layer and see what it looks like. There we go. Again, I need to probably ask DA about this to be like, hey, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be looking for in terms of correction. Like, what in the world is this? I'm not super clear on what I'm supposed to be looking for in regards to like the values. I guess you're like looking for like some amount of like, you know, you're looking for it to not all look like super similar to each other. Like this is darker, this is a little bit lighter, this is lighter yet. Son of a bitch. I mean, to be fair, I would have a pretty similar reaction to a skin sofa. I think I want to make this darker now to kind of compensate because we've lightened that up. Son of a... I swear to God. All right. New correction layer. There we go. I like that a little bit more. Because it draws focus away from here. I guess to be fair, like, if you're also thinking about, like, how ways to draw the eye, you want to look, like, at big changes. So my eye ends up being more naturally drawn here. So I should probably smooth this transition a bit. But, like, you know, moving the eye up here a little bit. I'm gonna make fucking lose it. Anyways. This is also me experimenting a little bit with color because I do want to like... I do want to like try something a little, like I am doing something a little bit different. Like this, you know, this is technically not pure white. I'm gonna start coloring my canvases beforehand a little bit of a darker gray, like a lighter gray probably. So that way I feel like I have room to build up to in regards to like adding pure white. All right. What layer are you on? There we go. All right, let's figure out a quick background. I don't know why. I feel like I want to put him in like a desert environment. Like really like, because like I can kind of contrast the blue up here, add like, you know, asphalt and here. What are you doing in what's this layer doing? Oh, that's the eye layer. You are line art. Actually, in regards to line art, like it, I guess to be fair, like as you get more detail with your work, the line art becomes less and less of like a requirement. Like this, it's not great, mind you, and it does reveal to me specifically that this fucking I'm so bad at coloring. But no, like, you know, it does still read ultimately exactly the same. The line art just, like, really adds that definition to make it clear what's what. I assume that that's probably only going to get more and more the case as I continue to explore and develop and, like, get more detail with my art. Okay. This song did immediately make me think a little bit of there's an ending song to oh what's the anime called? Apothecary Diaries. Gonna head out, have a good rest of stream for sure. Thank you for hanging out, Quark. Have a wonderful evening, you sweet bean. Oh, that's you know, it does make sense, but I didn't consider it. Oh, come on in, Razu. Glad to have you, sweet bean. All right. I was here earlier. I had to go pick up some food. Just got back. Well, welcome back. Usually when I like, you know, maybe it's an ill-advised assumption, but I figure it's always like correct to say hi, even if even if they were hanging out before when someone uses the hi redeem or like the check-in slash hi. I was gonna see my favorite Birdman. Yeah. Thank you for the save reminder. All right. Actually, hold up. I might want to like. All right, eraser tool. I'm gonna need you to I'm gonna increase your size. There we go. Oh, wrong layer. Okay. All right, there it is. Someone tried very hard to put Megalovania in. The bot did not want Megalovania to be played. Sans Underrune. Sorry, can you say the line? Uh, uh, yeah, dunked on. Is that the line? I'm unclear what my line is supposed to be. No. Girly, you gotta fucking tell me what my line is then. The line? The bot was impacted by the additional news that Tobias Fox is also dubbing John Egbert, the glasses guy from Homestuck. Get borbed on. Me, when I borb on you, I'm borbing all over the place. This is the beginning of the battle. I don't fucking remember the dialogue from the beginning of the Sans fight. Kids like you should be having a good day. I don't care, man. Wow. Fake fan. Okay, I will say I never did the genocide run in the original Deltarune. It's a beautiful day outside. Touch grass. You gotta love how people are just forgiving Hussey because Toby Fox is involved in it, though. Yeah, I know the internet has something of a complicated history with VisiPop. So welcome on, Dozer. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Hey, you. And me. I wouldn't what? What wouldn't I do? Tell me so I can't do it. Hey, Starkey, do you do comics? I do not. I'm considering it, though. Although, mostly, the comics would be for personal use. Does Dozer stream? I can't remember. I want to say so. Oh, I know what version this is. This is Fireflies, but the lyrics suck. And yes, you people have played this enough where I'm starting to fucking recognize the replays. Get shouted out, nerd. Not Vivzy, the owner of Homestuck, basically ran off with millions when he tried to make a game. I do stream? Excellent. They fill the open ass. I mean, listen, I'm not gonna judge. This is just a fucking cupcake remix. This is just a cupcake remix. Plus, I haven't made a new clip. I do stream just taking a break. Interesting. I'll be honest with you. I did not even remotely engage a little bit with Homestuck. So every single bit of information I'm getting about Homestuck is entirely new to me. Jeez, don't gotta be so fucking hostile about it, man. Starkicus Borbathu Morpheus. How dare you reference Morpheus here? Don't you know what that movie did to my family? It devastated it. It is weird to hate your eyes. Again, fucking, that reminds me of the rant I went on. Again, why is the line, I'm weird because I hate goodbyes? Hey, fuckface, most of us don't like goodbyes. You're not special because you hate goodbyes. I want to make a comic about a big dad wolf who goes hungry and goes on an eating spree. Starkey J Morph. What does the J stand for? I feel like, you know, comics definitely like I want to do at least one comic, so that way I can depict Starkey's backstory. Although like that would probably be like if I like because at some point I do want to get like a 2D VTuber model, and that like might be like something I could do for like the debut of that. Your IRL name. I was
Hi.
like,
Hi. Hi.
welcome on in, Chaos. Good idea, Sweet Bean.
Hi.
I was so thrown by this. To believe I was the queen that I'm meant to be. I'll be honest with you. I definitely do not prefer this over the original. Hi, hi, hi. Now that's how I'm getting paid. Is it triple baka? I definitely saw Kasane Teto, so maybe. I think she's in triple baka. It's Kasane Teto Miku and then the yellow one, whose name everyone forgets. And there was an entire fucking like meme renaissance around the fact that everyone forgot her. The yellow one? Yeah, fuck, I don't remember. The entire point is that, like, no one remembered her. It's Neru. There we go, thank you. See, now the joke is complete. Akita Neru? Why is she named a dog Neru? And feel like me. Patterns all in the past now, and finally live like the girl they all see. It's close to Nero, just spelled different and drop the O. Nero? Neru? I'll be honest with you, I don't. This does not in any way help me remember Neru's name. In fact, it arguably does the exact opposite. No fears, no lies, now it's who we're born to be. Doesn't sound like Miku. It is Hatsune Miku, Kasane Teto, and Akita Neru. So it is triple baka. I'm assuming. I'm assuming Hatsune Miku is probably Rumi. Akita is probably Zoe, and why can I never remember the red-haired lady's name? I can't remember her fucking name. She's a queen. She deserves better than my fucking faulty-ass memory. All right. Hold up, I can actually employ some of the. I can employ some of the technology I learned about how some of this stuff works, about how light works. I saw like a post where it's like, yeah, this is how light works. Where it, like, fades over time. So I can make it a dune system. Okay, I just realized I'm coming up on my 1-year follow-versary, 1 whole year of Amazing Borb. God, it's wild to think about. So it's wild to me how many people have stuck around for so long. Like, it actually does genuinely warm my heart just to like know that like I do have such a dedicated, you know, community. I definitely, you know, I wouldn't be streaming if it weren't for y'all. Like, I would definitely get disheartened at some point. But just like being able to create a space where people can like hang out is very, very, you know, I find it really, really cathartic. All right. You can tell it's late in the evening because people are putting in them, you know, Hatsune Miku covers of Western songs. If Turkey stops streaming, I stop resisting the urge to commit arson. So you're enjoyable to watch even with the goblin music. That's fair. I do sincerely like, you know, I do actually wonder sometimes if the music is maybe a bit excessive. This isn't Miku. Okay, it's Teto. You know, it does like, you know, I don't want to necessarily like. Yeah, is the desire to commit arson universal? I guess to be fair, I probably should have painted the mountains in the back first. Like, I should also probably like lighten this up a bit.
What does this button
That's probably
do?
a bit too much.
Please, please,
Somewhere like
do not
that.
push the button.
All right,
You have
Kasai,
no
why you,
idea
what button are you pressing this time? You didn't have to do that to them, you know. They could have just like asked them to. You could have just been like, "Hey, call the popo on them." Like that's, you know. Yeah, sending them to like the fictional death realm like might be a touch excessive. Who am I to judge, though? To be fair, I'm the one who put that on the bus, so. Who doesn't like a little arson as a treat? Yeah. Remember, arson is the most homosexual of crimes. I don't know. These are like mostly saguaros. I don't know a whole lot about plant life. Here, let me. Oh, Chatra, thank you for your subscription for 8 months. Enjoy the ad for being the emotes, you sweet bean. How you holding up? I think I just need like something with a little bit of like a softer edge. Oof, need light to stop beating me over the head with a frying pan. I feel that very deeply in my core. We will survive this, though. Hmm. I hope so. You know, as uncompelling as it is, the only way to see life improve is to survive it. I think I'm gonna do some airbrushing in this background. Yeah, you're right. Just do like some, you know, like something to like help kind of like, you know, kind of move it out of the focus. That way, like, what the? Oh, those are the eyes. I was like, what the fuck are those? It's like my fucking my CSP canvas is haunted. Is this Puyo Puyo Tetris music? Why is it so quiet? Yes. All right. It's quirky like that. I love my men quirky, like when they just are incredibly so quiet I can barely hear them. How's your art journey going? It's going okay. I was definitely, because like here, uh mechanical things are the devil. Like this, the motorbike, I'm relatively happy with how the body turned out. The body shows genuine like progression in my knowledge. The car, like the motorcycle though, I'm like I wish only for the eager embrace of death. Miyu draws mechanical things for funds. What is wrong with you? No. I mean, I listen, I respect it, but also my son is a creature. I suppose that's fair. I'm not I'm doing some background stuff. I'm explicitly avoiding shading because I know if I start I'm not going to stop. You know. That having been said, I do think this piece came together like relatively quickly, all things considered. This piece ended up being like what? Let's see, the sketch was like 2 streams, line art was like a stream and a half, and then like coloring and background was 1 stream. So what, this is like 6 streams in total? 18 hours? That's, never mind, that's way too long. Wait, that can't possibly be right. Between me and my Sona, I'm the creature. I definitely got that sense, Kronos. 18 hours. I feel like that's not right. I feel like 15 hours is probably more accurate. I feel like 15 hours has to be closer. Which, you know, like if I were a boss, this would be my boss music. Because like I'm also in the process of like trying to consider like, do I want to do like commission? Do I want to offer like commissions? And the answer is not yet. But like, you know, if I think about like, you know, what does 18 hours look like in terms of like commission costs? I want to give myself at least minimum wage. Sarky, which is the gremlin, you or your Sona, and does that change if there's a big man involved? I'm definitely the gremlin between me and my Sona. And the answer is not really. I think it doesn't necessarily change. Maybe intensifies when big man is involved. Because I would be much more blushy. Whereas Sarky it would be much more like, whatever. Not indifferent, but like, you know, like you said, he ended up inheriting a lot of my asexual traits. So like, it's like, you know. I'm weirdly cat-coded more than my dog-coded counterpart. There we go. My son is a representation of my gremlin energy. That's like, I think to some degree why I'm like, I think I'm gonna like lean into the thing I was talking about where like I do lean a little bit into like the stuff that Soul does where like Ray Solar does where like like the energy depends on the form. Because like I do feel like that is like very much the case. Okay. Nope, that's can't do that. Oh, Gusling! Welcome on in, Raiders! Good idea! Welcome on in. For those who don't know, Stark Mark, Big Chaos Curry Internet. Various stream live every Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday from 7 to 10 p.m. EST. Mostly play indie games, however, every Tuesday and Friday for the last year and a half, we learn how to be smart. What were you working on? Were you working on Big Men? Do tell. Dude, if you've not already checked out Gusley's art, Gusley is like a spectacular artist. We're actually like closing in on wrapping up a piece over here. This is a raffle piece I'm doing because I reached 1,000 followers on Blue Sky. So I think I was drawing Gerson from Deltarune. Hell yeah. But also, welcome on in, Gus. Like, glad to have you, sweet bean. Gusley, are you going to IFC? Or wait, no, I seem to remember. I think I asked you that already. You said you weren't be able to make it this year because you didn't get the dealer's den. But you know, understand or Artist Alley. I think I can't remember. Memory is faulty. I don't have the money. Understandable. I understand. Trust me. I know how much of a money issue is right now. But yeah. So this is a piece for a raffle. Also, Starkey, welcome on in, Sagier. Glad to have you, Sweet Bean. Here. Let me actually do hue saturation stuff real quick. Oh, God. Why do I keep moving it towards the fucking middle? Ah, Christ. It's definitely it's so art is like spinning 1,000 plates, and it's like each time like you get one really spinning, it feels like you're failing somewhere else. The values are better than I used to do. The anatomy is definitely better. Fucking angry at this bike. The bike drove me bananas bonkers. I lost my mind. And honestly, it kind of shows. Oh, god damn it. Hold up. I gotta fix that. Because that is an easy fix. But yeah, hopefully you had a good time drawing Gerson. I'm excited to give it a check out later. Drawing looks fantastic. I can't wait to see more of your art. I mean, here I'm definitely hoping. Tablet? Oh, that's right. The eraser size is massive. But yeah, no, I'm definitely hoping to do a lot more of like friend art. Like, you know, art for friends, just to, like, you know, let them know I appreciate them. I have in mind already like one pose for one specific friend because he is a big aeronautics person, or not aeronautics, hydronautics, I suppose, because he, you know, aquanautics. I don't, you know, the English language clearly was not meant for what I'm doing with it. But yeah, I also want to do DA. Like I want to do a thing for DA, just like as a little like, hey, you know, thinking about you, I appreciate you. But yeah, so that'll DA I think will probably be next, which means I will need to do a little tummy studies. Part of me is like, don't don't shade, don't start shading. If you start shading, you won't stop. Okay, I need to fix the cacti yet. And then other than that, I think actually this piece is mostly done. Oh, hold up, that's the wrong layer. But shading is fun. Don't get me wrong, the shading is fun, but I also like I have the worst habit of being like, yeah, this is gonna be like a sketch, and then it turns into like a fully like a rendered and shaded piece. And I'm like, I can't keep letting that happen. I have to say no. I have to put my foot down somewhere.
What does this button do?
Struggle for office. How dare you press any buttons?
Do not push the button.
I say that, but I do give you the option of pushing the buttons. I'm the opposite. That's right. Because I was looking at your stream the other day when you were doing art. Oh, anyways, here's the shopping cart. I'm gonna get some nibbles. Take care, bird. For sure. Thank you for bringing everyone over. Thanks for trusting your community with me. I'll make sure that trust is mostly well placed. Sketch maxing. To be honest, I actually need to do that as well. I need to like just sit down and be like, all right, we're just gonna knock out some sketches for me to improve certain things about my art. There we go. Nice solid base. Nice solid base for these cacti. But yeah, no. I do a sketch and then I'm like, that's good enough for me. I think it's because like I'm just like, you know, I never feel happy with any of my pieces, which I think is like, that's like the artist thing, I know, but also like that, I feel it so deeply where I'm just like, you know, it doesn't look right. Let me, maybe if I do line art, it'll look better. And it does look better, but it still doesn't look good. Welcome on to Dupe Dudes. Good idea, Sweet Bean. Can we just shout out for Dupe Dudes? Heckin' very sweet, very thick and handsome beau. All right. I'm also trying to figure out, like, how do I want to... I guess to be fair, now I'm, like, thinking about, like, it wouldn't quite be this gray. But no, like, I need to... I want to offer, like, a sketch redeem. because currently I have the Borbs. Currently I offer the Borbs for people who hang out and stream enough, and like that is like a sincere way for me to show appreciation and thank you for the people who stop by. But also, I want to offer something else, like, maybe not necessarily like a fully like rendered piece, but like something like, like lined and shaded and colored. Something to be like, it's also like finding the balance of like how much something like that should cost can be difficult. There's a lot of inside stream baseball to be had. Okay, let me here, let me do like a sort of shading. Let me do like a kind of shading. Like shading but not really. Just something like this to help, like, kind of make it feel like there is like a presence here being caught, like, there's like some lightning effect that's being caused by this presence. Even if it doesn't necessarily carry all the way through. Yeah, just something minor like that. Doesn't necessarily extend to the body, but it doesn't need to. All right. Now let's flip the canvas. Where's my eye drawn? Oh god. To be fair, I knew this was an issue beforehand. Because that peck is supposed to go around. This is supposed to be rounder. That was one of those realizations I had where it's like, you ever like, or you're not doing art, but then you think about art and you're like, oh wait, I think it happens a lot when I like look at art and I really like, I'm like, huh, I wonder how they do this, and then I realize, oh wait, I've been doing this wrong the entire time. It's like way too late for me to go back and fix that. Okay. I think we're going to call this one good. And I think it does mean that we're going to be rating out a little bit early. Because, I don't want to start the next piece just yet. Here, let me go and... Oh, wait, no, hold up a moment. I still got a little bit of stuff to do. Mostly adding, the paper filter. Oh, Big Rambler, thank you for the 20 videos, you sweet bean. Oh, also, welcome on in, Phoenix. Thank you for the pets. Ow. All materials. Search materials. There. Nope, that's not right. Type. Okay, paper.
Rats, we're rats. We're the
What's up, Crisp?
rats.
Starkey, did you know Superman goes to a Bitcoin meetup at 8 p.m. every Thursday? It's his kryptonite.
Terrible. I was looking tasty, Starkey. Well, thank you. Welcome on in, Chernabor. And also welcome on, GP Rider. Let's see. Do I like... I guess if you make it smaller, it's kind of harder to notice the impact it has. Like, you can feel it, but you don't necessarily notice it, like, per se. Bark, bark. But yeah. Also, Camcool, how dare you make that pun? Okay. Let me go and export it, as well as export the work in progress, or the export single layer PNG. And then also let me export the what in the world is this? This is cursed. Also, while I'm thinking about it, let me go and disable raids and also snooze the ads for a bit. So that way we can stop raids for an hour. Snooze ads. Perfect. Here, let me go ahead and export also the animation while I'm thinking about it. Or rather, export the time lapse. Now's your chance to catch a hedgehog. All right. And then let me go and go over here to let's see. I interact with Beanie Reese. There you are. And let me send this over to him while I'm thinking about it, so that way I don't forget, because otherwise I will. There's so much I do that's just like me coping with ADHD. All right, August. And then go ahead and pass this over to Beanie. Wait, what? How big is the file? Son of a bitch, it's 12 mega. Oh, god damn it. Signature. You know what? You make a compelling point as well. I actually consistently forget to do that. Import image. Actually, like, I even specifically set aside a fucking, like, signature file. Oh, god damn it. Art stuff. Signature. And then new raster layer, and then just real quick, add the year. There we go. File, export single PNG, and I guess I need to like also compress it a little bit, because it's 12 megabytes when Discord is a limit of, let me see, 80%. Thank you for that is actually a very, very welcome reminder. I fucking constantly forget that shit otherwise. All right. And now with that taken care of, let's use live so we can rate out. Let's see. Also, I should probably go to my outro. And also, probably stop the song request, because that will probably be picking up on Friday, when I guess we'll be working on Kronos's orb. Let's see who's live, though. Okay. I see Mixty. Mixty's art is absolutely spectacular. I should also probably like keep an eye out for. I feel like there was someone I was gonna raid into because they were doing like a birthday celebration tonight. I don't remember who it is though, so can't be that important. Either that or like I've just completely forgotten, which is like I more or less I'm probably assuming that I've accidentally associated that incorrectly, or like rather that I do know it is someone's birthday correctly. I just have very much mixed the specific data. Here, let me look at Thunderfang numbers as well. Just to see. Okay. You know what? Let's go, screw it. Let's go raid Mixty. If you have my emotes, feel free to use this version. If you don't have my emotes, feel free to use whoever's emotes you happen to have. And if you don't have anyone's emotes, use the version with the emojis, as those work also on Twitch. So right over to Mixty Art. I repost a lot of his stuff on Blue Sky. I am very much I'm very much normal about the way he draws big, very buff, handsome men. I promise. Anyways, I love you guys to bits. Thank you everyone for hanging out. If you'd like to stay up to date with the stream, as well as if you'd like to get alerts, drop a follow here. But we've also, if you like to get alerts, I also have alerts set up on Blue Sky. Also, I post art that I make, as well as art that I get commissioned, general ramblings, a lot of that stuff. I have a YouTube if you like to catch up on the VODs there, so all you've been up to, see the playthroughs, the playthrough of Deltarune, and then I do need to there's a backlog of stuff I need to take care of. Like life has been throwing some haymakers recently, so I'm doing the best I can. Sorry about that. But yeah, I also have a Discord if you'd like to pop in there, say hello to Sweet Beans, share the Curse Contest Sweet Beans post. Oh, you know what? Perfectly timed. We managed to dodge the ads. Will Mixed Art deliver Bulge? Let's hope so. Not on this piece, but he definitely does in other pieces, so. But yeah, Lab Chat if you like, Discord if you'd like to join that, say hello to Sweet Beans, join the community. And of course, we have a coffee sponsorship with Dragon Roast Coffee. If you'd like to pick up selling with the discount code StarkyMorph to get 10% off and help support the channel. Love you guys to bits, and I will catch you Thursday for